Hello, lovely people. I welcome you once again to Bright and Clara's channel. Thank you all for clicking. This is episode 5 on Project Adjoa and Dennis. Alright, so this is a 3D representation of the beautiful 4-bedroom house. It was designed by Jonathan Tete. Jonathan is an architect. In case you need a drawing, please contact Jonathan and he will assist you with your designs, whatever concept that you have. Just share it with him and both of you come up with a design. So this is beautiful and gorgeous. It has a roof terrace, so you can go there and catch some breeze. Alright, so finally we get to do our foundation concrete casting. If you watch episode 4, we did the blinding and pillar settings. So here in this episode, we've started off with the foundation concrete casting. It is very necessary to ensure that all the processes that I've indicated are followed to achieving a very rich and accurate foundation. These are just smaller projects. In bigger and mega projects, a lot of considerations are taken into, before construction commences. But with this residence and smaller houses, most importantly is to get the soil testing done, which of course most people don't do. Yes, get a soil test done, and whether the area is an earthquake prone zone. This also you need to find out. In Ghana, I think we are not under earthquake, we are under earth tremor, which specifically are for certain areas. And so if you are buying a land, those are some of the things you need to consider. Like McCarthy Hill is known for an earth tremor. Kasua, some part of Kasua areas, okay. Pantine areas are also known for earth tremor. Okay, so all these things you need to consider to position yourself when buying a land. Just don't follow the trend. Everybody is advertising, selling the land, and you just go and buy the land. You should have an idea as to which area, what are the conditions, nature of the land, means of transportation. Is there any means of electricity, if possible, in the near future? How soon are we going to get electricity into that area? All these things you need to consider. And then you go ahead and purchase the land. Okay. So those are some of the things you need to consider. All right. So this is a 4-bedroom house, foundation concrete being cast. We had a challenge during the day of casting. We have a heavy downpour. Yes, so they had to go on a break, wait for the rains to stop, and then proceed. But then the earlier cast concrete was almost dry, so you could see a little bit of water sitting on top of it, but that was no issue because the concrete had already dried, so they could just leave it as it is. Yes, but for the rest, we have to make sure it is done correctly and we don't experience any rainfall to actually affect the quality of the cement or the foundation. This line is very slope. It has a very sharp slope. Now these are some of the things that I always want to say, that people will tell you, oh, the land is flat. It's not true. So you can see that my foreman has pulled a rope from the front all the way to the back. You can see the rope. It's a thin line. You can see the rope right from here. He's trying to get the slope of the land to know the height of the footings, and that is the height of the back. It means that we need to raise the block work all the way up there. You see the line? Okay, and that is the height of the footings if we want to achieve equilibrium. So at this moment, our goal here is to not continue this block work, okay, but rather we will place a footings beam on top. Okay, when you count the blocks, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's 6 courses of the block work. We don't want to go further. All we want to do is place a footings beam. This will hold and bond it together so that when we pour in the laterite, it will not push it backwards. You understand? So this is what we want to do. Place the footings beam and then continue with the block work to the height that we want to attain. It is very, very crucial. Yes, and you can see that within the block we've left some space. There are some gaps in between the blocks. Yeah, this is to allow the laterite to breathe through. And also once we pour in water for the laterite to settle down, they will have a breather to breathe through. Some of the waters will go through from those, spaces. You understand? It is very, very important. Very, very important. So all these factors need to be taken into consideration. That if Jonathan knew that the land was sloped and sharp, he would have designed the foundation according to the slope of the land. You understand? Yes, he has to design the foundation according to the slope of the land. So here we've spent a lot of our contingency because the quantity of block that we estimated is not what we are going to be. We are going to spend more. Okay, cement is going to be more. Okay, and sand and stones. Why? Because we need to go higher than calculated. Okay, for us to be able to meet up the block work here at the front, the back need to go about 13 cores. And 13 cores at the back, we are going to achieve 4 cores at the front. And you can see that the front with the road is almost the same and it's high. But we need to raise these footings from the front here above the ground. And if it is above the ground, it should be about 3 blocks up. And that 3 blocks up should match all the way to the back. And that makes the back block laying to be 13 cores. You understand? Why? Because per the design, we have 3 steps at the front. We want to achieve that 3 steps. And besides, it is only wise to raise the foundation above the ground level, and that should be also higher than that of the road, so that in the future when the road is being constructed, they don't raise the road, but usually they will also raise the road and you will have water gushing all the way to your house, and that will cause a lot of flooding. So here my mind was buzzing. I need to think carefully. So I bring in Mr. Hammond, who is well experienced in structural engineering, who is also part of my team. So I had to ask him, Mr. Hammond, go to the site and do a site overview with regards to a retaining wall. You understand? In regards to a retaining wall, because we need to do a lot of dirt filling at the back to be able to support the block at the back. And before we can do a dirt filling, we need to do a retaining wall at the perimeter, which will be a perimeter fence wall. And then after the retaining wall, we can do the dirt filling to fill up the entire backyard. We have to fill it up with dirt completely. All those areas that you see there, we need to fill that whole area with dirt in order to support the block work at the back, and also reduce the amount of depth we have from the back. If not, when you come out from the back of the building, you're going to fall into a valley. You understand? So all these things were taken into consideration, and we are planning together with the client to ensuring that we achieve an excellent foundation and a good finish on the compound, vis-a-vis a perfect fence wall, such that when it rains, she's not affected. All I'm trying to do is protect the client. Yes, that's all I'm trying to do. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you've not, and wait for me to share with you the next episode on this project, Adjoa and Dennis. From me to you, shalom. God bless you wherever you are. Bye bye.